Hey, welcome to Coaching You for You, and welcome to Women Who Mean Business Association. Tonight, we have an author who is scheduled to come on live, but is experiencing some technical difficulties. And so, as we wait for her to see if she's going to be able to make it on, she's having problems with her connections, and I certainly understand that. It happens on a regular, but while we wait, I just want to say this is Women's History Month, and Women's History is 365 days, 24/7 a year. Angela Dodson is an author and a business owner. The name of her business is Editors on Call, LLC. She should be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about something I posted today, and that's about success. And this is for everybody. Doesn't apply to anybody directly, but the message is for everybody. You know, when Harriet Tubman was running those fields, one of the things she reiterated over and over and over again is no matter what, keep going. So, this is what I'd like to share with you tonight as we wait for Angela. If you've ever had any measure of success, you have heard the dogs barking. Harriet said, no matter what, keep going. Families, yeah, family. Friends, yes, friends, or foes will bark. They will. They will bark. And when they do, keep going. For the record, it doesn't mean you think you're better than anybody else. No, it doesn't. It means that you want better. It doesn't mean that you forget where you come from. It means that you remember, and that's exactly why you have to keep going. Success is difficult, and believe it or not, it's not for the weak. It is pretty much like the iceberg. You can see all the good stuff on top, but you miss all of the hard work, the struggle, the pain, the failure, the heartache underneath. That's the iceberg that you don't see when people have succeeded. Nobody succeeds simply because it just falls out of the air or because they're smarter or better or anything. It just means that they worked for it. They worked for it and they've achieved some measure of success. And in small towns, it really doesn't matter how large or small the success. I promise you this from my experience. I'm a girl from a small town, Trenton. I'm a product of Trenton. And if you succeed, if you have any measure of success, you can be sure the dogs are going to be barking. That's right. But no matter what, keep going. That's right. You remember where you came from. You actually remembered. And that's why it's so important for you to keep going. Don't be afraid to close the door on chaos. Don't ever be afraid to do that. No matter who brings the chaos to your door, close it and keep going. That's what Harriet said. And for the record, she would have also left some of y'all behind because you were doing the barking. Angela's here. Hello. Can't hear you. Turn it up. Turn it up. Here you come. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me? So, as we prepare for Angela, our author and business owner, I just want to remind you that success comes with a price. And it doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing, there will be some barking. So, let's try that volume control, Angela. You sound far away. That's okay. We have a minute. It's fine. Say hello. Not getting you. I can hear you moving around. That means that the mic is working. You may need to turn it up. Can hear you talking a little bit. I tell you, technology is good on one hand. Hey, Josh. Most people give up before they even become successful, just like digging for gold and diamonds and giving up before you find them. You could be a few inches away, so don't ever stop. And we have another user who says, hello, everyone. So, hello, guys. Welcome. We can hear you a little bit. The closer you are to the computer, the more I can hear. So, it's your volume control. So, as we wait for Angela, I just want to remind you that Josh has made a very valid point. A lot of people give up before they hit their success because there's so much barking and they're distracted. People are going to bark. And it doesn't matter who they are and where they come from, they're going to bark. It's just, it's part of the success game. And you have to remember that. And you have to keep going no matter what. You have to keep going. And so Angela's on tonight as soon as her internet um, is working properly. She is an author of Editors on Call, and she's written a book. And we spoke about one of the books before, and I think she's co-authored another book. But she's an excellent writer with phenomenal skills, and she has something to tell you tonight. And if by any chance the podcast on her end with her internet continues to fail, we will bring her back next Sunday. No worries. We are not going to miss this phenomenal businesswoman. We will be out of the month designated as Women's History Month to talk about our accomplishments and achievements. But I want to remind you that Women's History Month is 365 days a year. Hello. No, it's not there. And I just told the audience that in the event that we don't get you on because of technical difficulties today, we'll get you on next Sunday. So don't sweat it. We can always, come back and do this. It's such a great topic, and you have so much to share and such phenomenal information as an Editors on Call LLC, and an author of one book, and I think you co-authored another book. They have to hear from you. So if not tonight, it'll be next Sunday. And so I want to continue this conversation a little bit about success. And here's what I want you to know. Think of the iceberg. Remember, there was a movie, I forget the name of it. Josh, help me out. They hit an iceberg. They were having fun. Everything was gorgeous. The ship was gorgeous. And it went down because there was an iceberg. They didn't see it or weren't aware of it. And they hit it. And the Titanic. Sometimes you'll feel like you're on the Titanic. Sometimes you'll feel like your life and your success is the Titanic. But here's what I can promise you. There's a life preserver on that boat. Know where it is in the boat of success, and make sure there's nobody inside your boat drilling holes. Because sometimes you bring people on board and you think that they're a part of the team when actually they're a part of the drill. Be careful and be mindful of that. Don't ever be afraid to shut the door and walk away. I don't care who it is. You are not the trauma center. It's not your job to manage trauma and chaos unless it's your own. If it's your own, then you have some work to do. And there are plenty of online therapists and coaches out there to help you. So remember this: success comes with a price. And when they say, to whom much is given, much is required, they're not talking about money or goods or things of that nature. They're talking about your ability to deal with people who misbehave and still get the job done. Hi, Angela. No. Well, when you sit back a little bit, I can hear you. So what is it? I can hear you, but you're very low. So your mic is working. We'll try you again next Sunday. Okay? Thank you. Thanks for your time. And so just remember that being on the ship, your ship of success requires that you be committed to the things that work for you. Here's another jewel I want to give you before we go. And that is simply this: if you want to be a doctor, you have to hang with doctors. You want to be successful, you have to hang around people who are successful. And you must always remember, what doesn't apply, let it fly. To each his reach, to each that teach. You have a responsibility to maintain your character in everything you do. And if you start acting like the dogs that are barking, people won't know the difference between you and the dog. Remember that. I want to thank you for joining us here this evening. We'll see you again next week with our author and businesswoman, Angela Dodson, Editors on Call LLC, and they do a number of things, including ghostwriting, which works for a lot of people. When you have a story and you just need somebody to, put it together and frame it for you, they also have that service available. I want to remind you, and I'm not advertising, to hydrate. Oh, wait, to hydrate. Moisturize your face, your hands, and your feet, and mind your business. Thank you for joining us here this evening, and have a great evening. Good night. I'm Annette. I'm your host here at Coaching You For You, and it's always a pleasure. I'll see you again soon.